that missile is coming straight for me. Oh my god. Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today we are going to be playing some VTOL VR. So this is basically a plane simulation game of sorts. It's not super realistic like some other sims out there like DCS, but it's definitely more realistic than something like War Thunder, and this game is, from the title as you may have guessed, basically designed to be used in VR only. So I'm going to show you guys around the cockpit a little bit here. In fact, in a second I'll change the view. So at the moment I've got this camera here, which is quite handy for this sort of selfie cam recording. But all of these controls are controlled by hand. So you start up the plane by hand, etc. You fly by hand. Here you've got the joystick. Here you have the throttle. In fact, let me go ahead and just change the camera here so you guys can see what I see. There we go. Let's have it on smooth look. And put the FOV to 60, and then we can go and get rid of that. So you guys should now be seeing exactly what I see. Alright guys, so for the purpose of the video here, I've gone and turned everything off so we can go through the full startup of this aircraft. This is called the AV-42. It's kind of based on a real-life aircraft, but they've changed the name of some of the aircraft in this game just for copyright issues. So there's like another one called the F-45, which is obviously the F-35, but I digress. Okay, so first things first, we need to get things powered up here. So we're going to turn on the main battery first of all, so we actually get some power in here, and then we're going to flip up this cover, toggle on the auxiliary power, which is basically like the sort of battery power, I suppose, that really helps get the plane started. And you got to get that revved up. We wait for these RPMs just to go up there and dip down a little bit, and then we should be able to start up engine 1. Once again, we wait for the RPMs to go up and dip down. While that's starting up, let's put on our HUD power here so we can see something there. Let's put on our multi-functional displays and these smaller ones up here in the corner, and we'll have our fuel displayed here and the radar warning relay on the left side. This will warn us of incoming missiles and all that sort of stuff. Okay, engine 1 is up and running, so let's go ahead and switch on engine number 2 here. And yeah, you guys will notice the rev counter kind of goes and needles up a little bit, and then it drops back down. Once it's dropped down, we've got both engines up and running. They will then support the systems of the plane, so we can turn off the auxiliary power now and flip that cover down. Okay, so on these different screens here, as you can see, there are like a bunch of different options, and this particular aircraft has 3 of these. So on the left one, I like to display navigation. We'll zoom that out a little bit. On the middle one here, I like to use the targeting system. We'll power that on there, and if we put this as sensor of interest, you can then use the thumbstick on your right controller to basically move this camera around, and it's pretty nice because even if it moves out of your view here, you can basically keep targets locked that are way outside of what you can see from the pilot's seat. And on the right screen, we're going to have the objective. In this particular mission, our objective is to search for the lost pilot near the objective waypoint, and I'm sure something rather interesting will happen there. So before we get flying here, this is a neat little feature. You can turn this auto feature on here. You can also manually adjust the joystick's position, and then you can grab the joystick, and basically this game is designed to be played sat in a chair. So I'm just sat in my gaming chair now, and you can move the joystick around until it's in a comfortable position, so it's right at the end of your armchair where you can grab it. So that's good for me. As for the throttle, we can go here and adjust the height of that. We can also lengthen it if we want, or shorten it, however we like there. That seems pretty good for me. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take off. So we're going to grab the throttle, grab the joystick, we're going to tilt our engines here all the way to the back, and you'll see that big red thing saying brake lock there. We're also going to go and take the brakes off, so that we can now increase our throttle a little bit and start taxiing onto the runway. So I'm not sure how well this is going to come out in VR. Obviously VR is not really something that I do on my channel like a whole lot. And it's way more immersive when you're actually actually playing it as opposed to just watching somebody. But I hope you guys enjoy this nevertheless. I figured it would be a decent fit for the channel since many of you guys are jet aficionados in the Battlefield 4 scene. Alright, so we are pretty much ready to take off here. I'm going to go and put the brake lock on again so I can free up my left hand here. We're going to go and put the flaps to 1. We got our gear down already, of course, and we can go and take off the brakes. And we can take off. This was not the most straight of takeoffs. I'll be the first one to admit that.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Put up our landing gear, put the flaps back to 0, drop our throttle down a little bit here. I think I'm twisting the joystick. If you actually twist the joystick, you'll see that that's what yaws the plane left and right. You can change those settings in a real plane. Apparently you use the, you'll see my little feet moving down there. Those are not my real feet. I'm not pushing any pedals or anything. I guess that's what they use in real planes, though. Okay, so as you can see by the nav screen down here, we need to be doing a 180 and following this waypoint here to search for this lost pilot. Let's go and turn here until we're lined up over there. And there's our waypoint up in the hood now. May as well throttle all the way up here because this is about 24 miles away.
Hey, this is Romeo 1-2. Glad you found me. I had a multiple systems failure, but was able to get my backup short-range comms working. I'm following up on you, but I'm low on fuel, so lead the way with the tanker. Visual on tanker. Give me a minute to top her off.
Okay, there's a fuel tanker. So it seems like this guy who got lost here, he basically just needs to go over to this fuel tanker and he's going to do some mid-air refueling. So what we want to do now is follow our new waypoint and just support him in the air while he refuels at the tanker. There it is. I have to say, one of the coolest things about flying around in VR is just the fact that you can look around everywhere with your head. Especially when you're turning in the plane, you can look up and sort of spot objectives. I apologise if my mic is cutting out somewhat. That's probably because I'm looking away, or yeah, sort of looking away from the microphone at some points. So I'm going to drop my speed a little bit here because we're approaching these guys pretty fast. I shall actually put on some brakes, otherwise we're going to totally overshoot this tanker here. Okay, we're slowing down. There we go. Now we're getting there. So our objective at the moment is allow the pilot to refuel. I was actually trying this last night, another mission where you have to refuel yourself, and it is actually very, very difficult to get this right. You have to fly below the aircraft, you have to match the speed of the tanker, you have to match the altitude, and you really have no way of knowing exactly what altitude the tanker is flying at. I'm trying my best now though, even though I'm not refueling. But you can see already I'm now dropping a little bit in altitude below it because he probably has a bit of an up angle. And now they're flying a bit too far away from me, so I need to increase my throttle. It's just really, really difficult, guys. Hard to explain why. But yeah. I doubt many of you have tried this game before. It is a bit of a niche game. I mean, VR games in general are quite niche because, let's face it, not too many people these days have VR headsets, and that's why there really aren't a whole bunch of people making games. I can't remember the name of the guy who made this, but I believe this game was made by one guy. And he made mods before that for the Kerbal Space Program.
Good to go if you are.
Alrighty, so we're good to go. We can now go and join the carrier. So let's go and increase our throttle. I'm looking at my my fuel here in the top right. It's at 2,700. We pretty much almost have a full tank, so we don't need to go and refuel. So in this game, or in fact in real life, when you land on an aircraft carrier, basically they use, I think, some sort of a bungee method to slow you down. So I'm going to try my best to do a landing here. And we want to go and put flaps 2 on. We want our landing gear down, and we want our hook.
Visual on carrier. Landing gear. First roll to help.
We want our hook equipped so that we can basically hook onto the bungees on the deck of the carrier, and that will help slow us down. Yeah, we can also, this game, of course, being called VTOL VR, those of you who know about aircraft, VTOL means vertical takeoff and landing, and this particular aircraft does have a VTOL system. So you can choose here to do a regular carrier landing on the middle one, or you can do a VTOL landing on any of the 3, I believe. So maybe not quite lined up enough here. We're coming in a bit steep for sure. Yep, we came in way too steep. I'm alive. Mission failed, boys. Killed by G-forces. This game does really not hold your hand. I can tell you that much. Alright guys, so since that was pretty much the end of that mission anyway, it was basically just meet that guy in the sky and then land on the carrier. We've gone on to the next one here, and for this one, it's quite obviously we are going to need some weapons here. So this is basically the equipping menu here. You can essentially choose whatever loadout you want on your aircraft. You can control the amount of flares and ECM chaff that you want to carry. Here you've got your flight cost, your budget, and the total mass of the aircraft. So fuel as well, you'll notice, reduces your mass. That's going to make you more nimble. You can also dump your fuel in mid-air to make yourself a little bit lighter and more nimble if you really need to. So at the moment we have Hydra 70s, which are the missiles you see over there in the pod configuration. Here we have AIM 9s, which are basically heat-seeking missiles. The MK82s are the bombs right under the nose there, and the Gout 8 is the cannon right on the end. You can even actually see the camera on the nose of the aircraft that we've been looking around with. Pretty much just like the camera that you have on an attack helicopter, I suppose.
We've detected a wave of incoming combat drones. Get your bird off the deck as soon as possible. I'll forward your mission objectives in a few moments.
Right, so we've got some incoming combat drones. We've been told to get our arses off the deck of this carrier as soon as possible and get ourselves going. So we've got all our screen on, we've got our power on at the moment, our engines are on. Apparently this mission we've just started with everything good to go. We do need to do one more thing though. You'll notice these guys taking off here don't really have a whole lot of room to take off, so they're actually going to be using the bungee system. In fact, if we watch this guy taking off over here, he's probably going to drop his launch bar and he's going to hook into that bungee system.
Enemies in sight, weapons hot.
Enemies in sight, weapons hot. Oh boy. We've got fighters coming in already. Oh, we actually can't see. Wow, that guy's just launched a missile while he was on the deck of the ship. Okay, we need to get in the air and join in the action, I think.
Okay, the fighters are a bit busy fending off the drones right now, but you should join up with the other strikers and prepare for the counterattack. Your objectives have been updated.
Roger that.
Box 2.
Right, we have our brake lock on. That's probably a good idea to take that off, Ghost.
Box 2.
Okay, let's get up to the launch. You may have noticed there in the top left it said launch warning. That is actually a friendly missile. So, in real life, in planes, you also get warnings. Damn, they're pretty loud.
Missile launch. Missile launch.
Splash that sucker, yeah!
Okay, think we are now hooked in here, so we can get going.
Fox 3. Splash, hostile down. I'm engaging.
Landing gear.
Landing gear up, flaps to 1. Sorry about that, guys. I think I hit the microphone there. It's really hard to keep an eye on the microphone and not hit it whilst in VR mode. Let me just go and move this a tad if I can. Alright. We should probably go and let's have our objective here, navigation. On the TGP, make that a sensor of interest while we're at it. We're going in completely the wrong direction. Join the striker group X-Ray 1. I'm on it. Let's put our master arm on here. So you can see in the top left which weapon I have equipped there. This is the GAU-8 Hydra 70s. Here's our bombs. Okay, so we've met up with these other fighters now. Now we have a new waypoint.
Take out as many targets as you can. Good luck out there. Fox 3. Enemies in sight, weapons hot. Fox 3.
Missile launch.
Okay, I see them. They're over there. On the right side. So we have a missile launch coming from there.
Launch.
This guy, they're launching a ton of missiles right now.
Flare.
Splash, target destroyed.
Chaff. Flare.
That missile is coming straight for me.
Missile launch.
Fox 3, Fox 3.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare.
Oh my god. I hope those exploded behind us. I think we managed to dodge those.
Missile evaded. Close call.
Jesus.
Splash another bandit.
I was extremely close. Are you kidding me?
Missile coming right at me.
Okay, we've got this guy locked on. Let's go for him with the Hydras.
Missile launch.
Oh, please, no more missiles.
Missile defending.
We can look down on the screen there. We got that guy. I think we nailed that guy. Let's go to the next guy here.
Miss my target. Splash bandit.
And this guy.
Missile launch.
Oh god.
Flare. Blood. Chaff. Flare. Blood.
Oh my god, they're nailing me with artillery fire. They've got cannons.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare.
Those missiles were not going for me. We've got 89 flares left.
Missile defeated. Re-engaging. Rifle. Lovely. That missile's making a beeline for me.
Alright, we've got to go to angle on this guy here.
The walls are closed, one.
So let's go for him.
Shoot. Chaff. Flare. Shoot. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare.
Oh, for God's sake.
Over D. Chaff. Flare. Over D.
Fox 2. Splash bandit. They're going up. I'm defending. I'm coming back.
Let's go get this fighter in the sky here.
Fox 2.
Missile launch.
Shack.
Chaff. Flare.
Hostile down. I got a missile coming right at me. I'm going down, RFD. I'm going down. Got it. Go walk. I'm defending.
Boom, got him.
Jesus, I'm taking that past me.
Let's go back to the Hydras.
Chap, clear D.
We got a missile on me. Ricky. The other missiles suck. Defeated.
That guy should be going down. With any luck. This guy's got a missile on him. He needs to be really careful. He's going down, man. He's flaring.
Missile missed.
Oh, he missed. He flared it. Good job.
Incoming missile defending.
Good job, dude. I'm just trying to find my
Check. Confirm KIA.
my spotting thing there. There it is.
Rifle launch. We got a missile on me. Ricky.
Another missile launch down there.
I blacked out and I avoided the missile.
Okay, let's take this guy at the back here.
Rifle AGM fired.
That's a missile launch from our friendly guys, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's drop our speed a bit. Let's go for this guy.
Chap, clear.
Check. Target's down.
Missile launch. Over D.
Alright, we nailed that dude there.
Over D. Chap, clear. Missile launch. Over D. Chap, clear. Over D.
Ground target destroyed. Rifle.
Missile launch.
Let's go spot these guys with our camera here. We get that guy? Why can't we lock onto that guy? Okay, that guy's down.
Destroyed.
And that guy's down as well. What are we on here?
Okay,
We're done.
the fleet. I have some bad news, but I'll have to wait until debrief. Return to base.
Alright. Right guys, so we're now going to fly back to base. Head to our new objective waypoint here. Let's put on a head tracking here just for fun. See what we can see. And of course, one of the awesome things about the head tracking is because you're essentially, you know, having what the camera below the aircraft can see imprinted onto your vision. There we can see the aircraft carrier in the distance. And I think we can actually zoom this in even more, in fact. We can indeed. It's actually very hard to keep my head steady enough to see this. It's so zoomed in. But yeah, they're pretty far away. Could also go over there and zoom into our aircraft flying beside us. Take a look at his nice low-res GAU-8 cannon there. Looks like we also have something resembling a Super Hornet on the right side. Anywho, enough messing about with the head cam. We need to be getting ready for a landing. So let's start dropping our speed. Let's put our flaps to 2. Let's put our gear down. Let's put our hook down. And we're going to try this again. So you guys see on the navigation map here, this blue line is basically the direction that we have to take to land on the carrier. So we're going to have to actually go past the carrier here and do a 180 and then come back around.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
It's complaining at the moment that I have my gear down because it thinks I'm just
Landing gear.
going to be flying away.
Landing gear.
Little does it know, I am actually planning to land. So let's wait until we get nice and lined up here. Stop braking as well. I like to use this map quite a lot just to see when I'm sort of in the right vicinity here. We actually need to drop some pretty serious altitude. Speed can do with going down a bit too. We really want to be at about 500 feet. And about 180 knots. And let's see if we can do this here.
Over T.
And it did not work. I don't know why that didn't work. I feel like our hook there did not hook onto the bungees. Maybe we were a bit too far to the left. But hey, I guess that's what you get, guys. Oh well, guys, unfortunately an anticlimactic ending there, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a little bit something different. Hopefully something you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of this video down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Have a nice day.